So this is a little bit out there for typically where we are. And one of our goals in the past few years has been to create all different types of programming to prepare for America 250. And America 250 is a date, sort of, July 4, 2026. But for us, it's been an initiative to look at revolutionary history in that heritage corridor. And one of the ways that we have been doing that is by hosting transcription events all over the Valley. And we'll talk in detail a bit later about what that means to actually transcribe files from the Revolutionary War. But we find it helps to talk a bit first about why this is happening, particularly why this is happening now, and some of that context around what did it mean to serve in the war in the 18th century, and how were people's lives changed on the town level and on the regional level by that Revolutionary War. And typically what we do is the history that comes right after, which is the American Industrial Revolution. And I once worked at a park where we had a poster that was sort of defensive, and it said, "The other revolution," and they were referring to industry. For most folks, the revolution they think of when I say that word is the American Revolution, that fight for the war for independence. And when I think about 1776 or 1876 or 1926, the big dates where we've celebrated the creation of our country through that Independence Day, people think of all types of things. We have the musical 1776, which maybe taught some people about that. We had a very big bicentennial. And in the 1870s, that was when a lot of people started to get firmer ideas about their country. And in 2026, we have an opportunity, because we get to look back at 249 years of commemorations, and we get more access to the primary sources than really anyone has ever had, because they can be in our pocket, they also can be in our laptops, and we can visit archives. So short of actually being there, we have this tremendous opportunity. And part of what the National Park Service has been called to do is to make the American Revolution accessible and to make it real to people all over the country. And they wanted to do that through people's national parks, because there is a national park in every state, 433 in all. That's a pretty good way to start to reach people. If you have questions about bats, trees, anything like that, we cannot help you. We cannot take you on a meaningful tour of Upton State Forest, but we can tell you about the families whose land got donated to make it. That is the kind of park ranger that we are. And a few years ago, the Library of Congress and the National Archives and Records Administration came out with this initiative. Cursive is a superpower, or reading cursive being a superpower, with the idea that not everyone alive now could easily read the things that people wrote around 1776, and asking people to look at these documents and make them easier for people to read in the future, and for other reasons as well. While we were preparing some of these talks back in the fall, there was a lot of conversation among tech people. Why don't you just have artificial intelligence go in there, look at the 80,000 documents, just have AI do it? And even if you had questions about that from an energy standpoint, from an ethical standpoint, the short answer is they tried, and it can't be done. If this could have been done through other means, it would have been, because people tried through paywalled databases. The reason why people are being asked to do this is because human transcription can do things that computers cannot, which is really interesting for us as people who study what machines do versus what people do. And there's 3 reasons why human beings alive now, who maybe can read cursive and maybe will be learning how to read cursive, are being asked to do this. People are better at doing this than machines. We are more likely to admit when we can't read something. We are less likely to patch over something that is illegible. have a hard time saying that word. And we are more likely to admit that we don't understand. So aside from us getting something from reading and typing out what's been written in these records, we tend to be more accurate than AI. Years ago, one of the paywalled servers had a bunch of these